Hello everyone, today I decided to give Danessa Myricks Lightwork 5 palette kind of a little twist. I did combine a couple of products for today's, these kind of a green, technically multichrome. Palettes that I worked with today are Groundwork Palette, which is base and all of the mattes that I do have on my eyes, and then Lightwork 5. So combining these two actually was pretty good. This is the look that I've created. However, we don't have this specific shade in Lightwork 5. This multichrome is a result of mixing three shades, which are abundant, inspiring, and a little bit of a strong shade. So those are the shades that I mixed to make this look. And of course, if you wanna see how I achieve this look, then please keep on watching. We are going to start with the Groundwork palette. Some of you even asked me for the use of this eyeshadow palette for the eyes. And obviously there are multiple ways you can use this one. I also have full in-depth dedicated video for the Groundwork palette. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is to use this shade Sandstone. This is totally optional, but what this will help me to do, I will follow the lower lash line, and this will be kind of my guideline for my upper lid, where I will drag my line so that it's in line of lifting my eye. If that makes sense, what I've just said. I'm going in with the shade Tourmaline, and I will apply this one all over my lid. The thing here is, what I do love about these pomades, that they are flexible, so it's gonna be way easier for you to work with them. It's not like using Ingles MC gel eyeliners when you don't have that much time to blend them. So these are really helpful when it comes to that. Okay, I will try not to cross that line, and this area right here, it's going to be like reverse cut crease, you know, as if I am trying to cut my crease right here, but it's just opposite. I'm applying black base. It is very sensitive, so if you do put your finger in, you'll have to go again. I'm going to take smaller brush for this area right here, just slowly tapping, and this is like a general shape that you want. What I'm going to do now is to take a little bit blending brush, and I will go around my edges. Next thing I'm going to do, I will go in with the core shade. I'm using pomades, you guys, and where my black base is kind of ending, I will slightly go on the edge and move towards my eyebrow. See? I can go once again, but just slowly, don't apply too much. The good thing is, even if you do, these are very kind of a forgiving. You can manipulate them. Now, to be more in line with the color story, I'm using this kind of a reddish brown shade, Harvest. Again, of course, pomade. And I will, of course, connect everything. And I do have a lot of the product in here. Now, once I am kind of having a lower amount of the product on my brush, I'm moving towards the inner portion of my eye, but I still have to blend everything that's going on in here. And for that, I'm going to use clean blending brush. Once again, shade Harvest with a smaller brush. Now you can see the full opacity, but you can definitely, like I said, blend it to make it look so much softer. Going a little bit with the core shade. I know at this moment it kind of looks even weird, but trust the process. And for the end, a little bit more of a tourmaline, just around my lash line and this area right here. Of course, we cannot leave this that way, but you can go with powders, same way that we did apply pomades, and this is what you're gonna get as a look. This is like kind of a smoky cat eye combination of today's look. What I will do is to go with this core eyeshadow a little bit, just where, so I'm basically, you know, repeating where my pomade was. So in that sense, it's easy. And then just a little bit of Harvest. See now how we even reach more depth once the powders come on top of the pomades. And for the end, just with the tourmaline, tiny bit. But as I want this a little bit more kind of a orangey, I will add a little bit more. And now the most interesting part, I will go in with the Lightwork 5 palette. The main color will be Abundant. I'm using flat brush, of course. So it's Abundant, but you know what? I'm gonna mix it with my fingers first. So Abundant, a little bit of Inspiring, and a tiny bit of this blue strong shade. And I'm going just a tiny bit again with the green one. And once I mix it, it's going to be really interesting. You'll see. Oh, just make sure you don't have any creasing, of course. I took the wrong brush. It's going to be okay. And I will use my finger. See how gorgeous this is? Wow. Use my finger as much as I can, because that way it stays the best. Now it's time for the brush. Brush will cover everything that my finger. And I'm not going to apply that shade like till the end, because I want this edge to be dark. And this is definitely not done yet. So with the same mixture, I'm using smaller brush. It's going to make the shape that I wanted. Once I'm done with the outline, I am going to powder. This is core. The reason for this is I want to now emphasize everything that I kind of missed before I apply this multichrome. Also using smaller brush to blend this. Now shade Harvest. Like, okay, this is pretty small pointy brush, but it's almost on the edge for me to use it. So I will smudge the end of this multichrome like so. Mix it kind of away. Tourmaline powder. And now I'm just going to remove this underneath my eye. But before, I am adding a little bit of tourmaline again, powder. It's kind of not grabbing the best. Yeah, not too crazy about it. Like I mentioned in my previous video, Black is Black from Natasha Denona is definitely my favorite, no matter what I do. You know what, let me move on to a lower lash line so I can fix anything that needs to be fixed. So for that, I will start with the tourmaline pomade, outer portion of my eye. But I do need smaller brush to blend this. And of course, I am going to connect it right here. With a smaller blending brush, I will drag that color like so. It's gonna give interesting vibe to my eye. In my inner corner, I am applying same mixture that I already have on my eyelid, but of course with a smaller brush. And now again with a smaller brush, I'm going in with the powder tourmaline, and also again going to emphasize this area right here. Going to clean everything. I applied custom made green pencil that I applied in my waterline. I will apply a little bit of the black eyeliner in my lashes, and I will be right back. I didn't realize that on this eye it started kind of collecting a little bit, maybe because I didn't put an NYX primer. Usually I do that because, well, the black base was pretty much sticky, so I thought it's going to be fine, but just in case, I think that would be even better. These two eyes, they are not completely same. The reason for that is because right here, when I started to create this, I applied this green without lifting this all matte shades on my eye, where here I showed you how, and it's better, how you actually can apply them. Just wanted to mention again, even without this green multichrome, you can use Groundwork Palette for everything. But just, of course, on top of the pomade, you have to fix them, so you have to go with the powder. Or you can directly just as a eyeshadow apply the primer. So hopefully this gives you an additional ideas of how you can potentially use these palettes. I like this combo, and I think that really complements, especially if you're having brown eyes. Anyways, you guys, thank you for watching and for spending time with me today. Before you leave, make sure to watch this video where I discuss everything about Lightwork 5 palette, swatches, in-depth video and tutorial. Everything is there, and I will see you in my next one. Thank you for watching. Bye.